What's going on, guys? And welcome back to the Edison Club podcast. I'm your host, Mike, joined today by a special guest, Brandon Crank. And we're just going to jump right into this. Brandon has got some topics that he would like to talk about. So, what's first on your list here?
Man, so the topics are in pretty good order here, man. It's just like hygiene, courtesies, and like attitudes, attitudes
Right?
or manners, that you could say. I mean, for the most part, I mean, I guess that can go along with courtesies, but all of those, man. Because I'm not a very good player, I'd say. I don't believe that I'm a very good player, but I do love the game. Been playing for a long time, man, and I got back into it like a year ago. So
Yeah.
I say about 2 years ago now, but, I'm loving it, man, and, especially these vintage formats, man. That's the best. That's the best thing they could do to slice bread, at least Konami, in my opinion, man, because it
Yeah, I
brought a
agree.
lot of brought a lot of people back together, brought a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
gives
people that probably haven't seen it.
us old timers a format to play now.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely, man. But, like I said, man, I ain't the best player in the world, but I will talk about some stuff that I think people should probably take heed to, especially with us being adults now at this point. We ain't kids no more playing this game, going to YCSs and traveling as 18, saying 16-year-olds and stuff like that no more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're all adults now. We're just grown ass men playing Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah. So, I guess I'll start off with the hygiene, man. That's the main thing I'm saying, bro. A lot of people don't really. I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, man. Konami has a hygiene policy, like a tournament. In the tournament policy, hygiene is listed
Yep.
somewhere on that list, man. I think it's like in like H or I, one of those HI or J or something like that, man. One of them categories. They talk about hygiene, bro. And in all honesty, man, a lot. Man, hold up, man. Can I cuss? My bad.
Yeah, you're good. You're
Okay, yeah, a
anything
lot of
you wanna
motherfuckers don't
say.
be washing their ass. Let's just leave it there. A lot of motherfuckers do not be washing their ass and just getting up and coming to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, which I think is wild.
I do
When
too.
when you talk about like Edison and GOAT tournaments and stuff like that, or Tengu, what I'm saying, these vintage formats. Most of us are adults now. You know what I'm saying? Like most of us are a lot older at this
Yeah.
point.
Yep.
And you would think people would learn to wash their ass, and I mean that in the sense of like me personally. I'm a type of person, I'm keen on my smell, man. I'm real particular, man. I'm like a cologne enthusiast and whatnot. So like
Same.
I try to smell as good as possible, also not overwhelming because I mean I understand that like
Yeah.
nobody wants to smell somebody smelling too good or like a fragrance that's too much, but
Right,
and
yeah. Just enough.
I'm not saying no names, man, but in the local area where I'm at, y'all know the people who play with me is specific folks that don't be smelling too good, man. And in all honesty, I told motherfuckers from the beginning, if my opponent smells so bad that I'm thinking about how you smell, you affecting my play. I'm calling a judge, man. You call it rule sharking or whatever you want, or you call it rule sharking or whatever you want. I'm calling the judge because the rules say if you stink, I'm getting a game win right there. You getting a game loss or I'm getting around, or they're gonna do something about it. You're gonna have time to go correct this smell, man. Because I'm not even joking, man. Like people may think everybody has ran into that. Everybody has ran into that guy who just smells completely awful. Maybe
Yeah.
even looks bad, man. Like they
Yeah.
don't
Like,
really
if
say too much.
you can afford Ulti Dark Arm, you can afford deodorant.
Absolutely, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. People coming out with these double sleeve decks, but you smell like ass, bro. Like it's wild to me, bro. And I just will never be able to get jiggy with that, man. And people call me crazy, man. When we went to Vegas, I was telling one of the dudes there in Vegas, one of my teammates, I was like, man, look. In all honesty, man, if our opponents smell too bad, because now it's more than me just having one opponent at this point. That was a 3v3. I got three opponents. If they all stank, bro, I'm calling a judge, bro. I'm calling a judge.
Yeah,
There's
they're
no
gonna have
way
to go
around.
fix that.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, man. It's way too many people packed in these rooms. Hell, Vegas was like one of the biggest YCS that I had in forever, bro. And luckily they had a lot of room. But if it was one of these tight spaces, like sometimes these events, they got some pretty closed quarters and whatnot like that. But I mean, man, like if it's too many people packed in, man, like back in those tri-state days or those regionals or when they used to do the regionals and whatnot, man, back in the day, it used to be smelling kind of wild in there, man. And the community got it bad enough for us,
Yeah.
saying with the nerd culture, man. People already assume that we don't have a very good hygiene. When in reality, it's probably like 10% of people. But if you got 1,000 people, 10% of them, 10% of them motherfuckers smell like ass, bro. The whole room gonna smell like ass. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the
Yeah.
whole
I'm
room.
sending you this picture right now because I saw someone share this on my Facebook earlier, and it's like a meme where someone has made Funyuns, like the snack, into juice, and I was like, "This is literally what,
Yeah,
like, a
man.
Yu-Gi-Oh tournament smells
Bro,
like
yes,
Funyun
man.
juice."
Bro, Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, anime conventions, stuff like that. I frequent both, man. And it's always a select group of people, man. They all just like smell so bad, bro. And it's just I can't get past it. But in all honesty, like man, like I haven't caught a judge yet.
Yeah,
Because most of the times where I smell bad people are like these smaller, like PS5 cash events or something like that, man. But hell, there's been times I've been to locals, man, and like there was a local out here, bro. I stopped going. I for
yeah,
real stopped going, bro, because there was one guy, and he smelled so bad, bro.
yeah.
So bad.
I've
And
been there
I
before
told
too. We
yeah.
we had something very similar a few years ago at our locals, or my old locals, where like we took this guy to an event with us, and he stunk up the whole car, and then the car smelled like him for like a week after, and I was just like, no,
Oh,
like
no. Oh,
not
wait,
in
you
the
rode with
seat,
him?
huh?
You
Yeah,
rode
wait.
with him?
Well, see, like we'd only ever hung out with him at the shop, so we were like, someone here smells like booty juice, but we didn't know we didn't know who it was, and then we found out who it was, and we were like, okay, well, I'm going to like clean my car and try to get the smell out now. But like, he's not riding in the front seat. He's not riding in the back seat. He's not riding in the trunk. He's not riding the
Absolutely,
sidecar.
bro.
He's gonna have
He
to
not
Uber
riding with
himself.
me, bro. He not riding with me, bro. If I
No.
smell that, if we get a mile down the road and I'm still smelling this at the crack in the window, bro, we gotta stop. We gotta pause. We gotta stop, bro. We gotta stop by a gym. He gotta hit the shower, bro. Use my membership, bro.
Yeah,
We gotta
yeah.
get this
Please
man in the bath.
do something. I picked him up one time after that because I think he was kind of poor. I kind of felt bad for him, but he came
Yeah,
out
yeah.
and he smelled terrible. I was like, okay, well, go in. I'll wait on you. Take a shower. I was like, respectively. He goes in, takes like 10 minutes, he comes back. He still stinks. And I was like, go back in and use soap this time. And I
Hey,
was like, I
man.
feel so mean. But it's like, I'm not going through this again, dude. Like, I'm helping
Bro,
you out here, you
it's
know?
not me, bro, man. Some people need awareness, man. My mom used to tell me, she's like, bro, you better hope you smell yourself. Well, she not bro. She was like, son, you better hope you smell yourself before somebody else smell you. Cause like, man, 'cause I don't know, man. So it's nothing more embarrassing, bro. Like if I got a stench or something like that, hell,
Yeah,
me and Lucky, man,
same.
we was just yeah, man. We and Lucky was just talking about it, bro. Like, man, like if we forgot to put on deodorant that morning, we damn sure stop at the gas station before we get to any event. If that means we a little late, oh well, so be it. I'm not about to be up in it. I'm not about to be the guy that stink. Like,
Yeah,
not
me
me.
either. Like, we've all been to tournaments before, and like, you get a little sweaty, you kind of get some swamp ass from sitting in the seats. I
Yeah,
always tell
man.
my friends, I'm like, if I stink, please, you will not hurt my feelings. Please tell me, and I will
Tell me
like
first.
I'll go to the bathroom. I'll wash my cheeks. I'll DoorDash some deodorant. Like
Yeah,
I will fix
man.
it. Like I will fix it immediately.
Keep them sports rags on me, man, because
Yeah,
I gotta
just like
wash up
how
real
can
quick.
people be okay with this? And like morning breath too. Like the first thing I do,
Oh
my
man,
feet hit the floor, I brush my teeth because I cannot stand it. And like I can't
man,
tell you how many people I've played against. Like from across the table, it's like morning breath, and I'm just like just so disgusted by it.
man. I'm trying to tell you. Another thing on the topic of hygiene while we on it, man. I think some of these card shops have responsibilities, man. The same way that Konami got responsibilities. I think maybe they should implement some rules to these card shops if they're gonna be hosting their event. Like, for example, the lack of hand sanitizer. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Oh
lack of
yeah,
like the general stuff, bro. This is a trading card game, bro. This is a trading card game. Everybody coming in here about to be basically exchanging pieces of cardboard with each other all
yeah,
day for at least a minimum of like 4 hours.
yeah,
All day. And you mean tell me it ain't a lick of hand sanitizer on every table? You got these cards posted up table 1 through 40, but at every two tables you should have some hand sanitizer, or at least at the end of each row, some hand sanitizer. It ain't got to be required that they use it, but I think we should have some. And it may just be
yeah,
me being a little clean freak or whatever that is, and I don't think I am. But man, I think hand sanitizer should be a requirement. I don't know what comes with having a card shop and running events that or having Konami letting you run events on their behalf and stuff like that. But I don't know. If it is some rule out there and somebody know, please let me know because I will definitely try to ensure that these card shops are enforcing this, man. Because we just coming out of a pandemic not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? It's COVID
yeah.
still
It's
running
been very
rampant out here.
recent.
Yeah, bro. COVID's still running rampant out here. We don't got none of that. Same thing with just like this may go into courtesy, man. But the people coughing and sniffling. and sneezing, cover your damn mouth, bro. And
Yeah.
don't cover it with
Yeah.
your hand, bro. It's a trading card game. You about to touch something of mine, I'm gonna touch something of yours. Pause. You feel me? Like so we about to touch something. But at the end of the day, man, like it comes down to these shops, man, enforcing their rules, man. Because a lot of these shops don't give a damn. They just worry about getting that money, having people in and
Yeah.
everything like that. But man, like, let's be realistic here, bro. Like we gotta have hand sanitizer. You gotta make sure your bathroom is fully stocked. Your
Yeah.
bathroom should be fully stocked on everything you need. If you about to host a tournament that that's 30 to 50 people, you know what I'm saying? You should have enough supplies to cover 200. You know what I'm saying? 200
Yeah.
people
Yeah, exactly.
easily.
Like the thing about like the hand sanitizer too is like literally everyone that shuffles your deck has also shuffled everyone else's deck. So
Bro,
it's just
yes.
like germs all over your sleeves. Like I used to know a guy like he would unsleeve, like he would use like his lips to help him unsleeve, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like that is disgusting. Like you are like I don't even know. You're touching something that like other people's hands have touched. You don't know where their hands have been, like on their
Bro,
own
bro,
butt, someone else's butt, like in the
bro.
toilet. Like, did they wash their hands after they went to the bathroom? Like,
And you know damn well they probably didn't wash their hands too,
no, they're
man.
YuGiOh players. Like, we don't even have. They don't even have deodorant. They
Man,
probably don't even know what soap is.
the last thing you should be doing at a tournament, a car, a TCG tournament. Last thing your ass should be doing is putting your hands anywhere near your mouth or face. Like that's
Yeah,
the last thing that should be
yeah.
happening.
Every round when I get done, the first thing I go do is go wash my hands.
Go wash it, bro. Or just pull
Yeah,
out the hand sanitizer out. I keep it on my hip now, man. Just pull that
yeah.
thing out. Get a
I've
little,
had the same ritual for forever. I'm just like, my hands are disgusting. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really
I
about it.
uh I agree with the hand sanitizer and the bathroom thing. Like I can't tell you how many times like, I've been sitting there like busting to go take a piss or
Mhm.
or something else and go in there and I like, I could sit down, I get myself like comfortable, and I look over and it's
Mhm.
just a roll and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
Like
man.
it's just like the inner roll of the toilet paper and I'm just like, "Now what do I do?" Like
Now I'm locked in.
yeah,
That
like
Hey, shout out to Mighty Meeple, man, because they hold it down on the hygiene, bro. They host so many tournaments all the time throughout the week with all kinds of different things, and from Warhammer to to Magic the Gathering and all of that, man. They host and just regular car or regular board game individuals. They bathroom always stocked, bro. Not
I
only
still
do they
haven't
sell
made
you
it to
beer,
Meeple. I've been wanting to go for forever. I'll get out there someday.
you should go, man, on Fridays, man. We try to do something. I don't know how far you are from Charlotte, but man, like, I don't even know if you're in Charlotte, man, honestly.
Yeah. I work in Pilot Mountain. I live in
Yeah.
King. I'm about like an hour 45 from there.
Okay. Yeah, man. Meeples goes hard, man. Sometimes they bathroom they have like free deodorant and stuff like that if you want it. They always stocked and ready to go. And they serve you beer, man. It's a bar too, man. They
Are you
got beer in there.
serious?
Oh, bro, it's a bar in there too, man. They'll bring it to your table. They take orders while you playing the game, bro. They'll be hosting 3, 4, 5 tournaments, different games, man. And they'll come up. The judge will not only come up to do the judgy stuff, but they coming up taking orders, man. I'm trying to tell you,
This
it's
place
something.
sounds awesome. Like I
I
can
love the
like
Meeple, bro.
I can like
I love it.
JD nuke boards and be like, hey yo, let me get like a Yingling.
Yeah. Everybody good? Y'all need something? Now hold up right quick. I'm paying 1,000, blow up board up. Yeah, let me get 2 red oaks. Let me get 2 of those. Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
This
me.
this place sounds insane. I'm definitely gonna have to make it out there.
Yeah, man. Pop out. They're trying to do like a PS5 coming up soon. I think that they couldn't get the packs from Konami yet for the entry packs and whatnot, the whatever they're called, the tournament packs or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't think they could get them. And so they're working on that. Sean in the group, he's trying to figure that out. Him and Kevin are like working on the logistics for that. But they're gonna be having a PS5 here soon, man. They're really interested.
Yeah. I'll definitely come for the PS5 tournament. 100%.
For sure, man. But that's about it on the hygiene, bro. The last thing or the next thing we'll talk about was just like common courtesies and stuff like that, bro. That's and like I said, man, I'm not always 100% on everything. I know I'm 100% on my damn hygiene. I'll tell you that. But like I'm
Yeah,
not
same.
100% on everything. But as far as like courtesies, man, like one of my biggest pet peeves, what Peter Griffin say, what grinds my gears, man. One of the biggest things that grind my gears, bro. If I sit down and play cards with you, don't just reach your ass over and pick up my cards, bro. Don't do that.
Yes.
These are mine. I own these cards. We playing against each other. Now, if you need to take control of something, maybe I can kind of let that slide. But don't just reach over, pick up my graveyard and get the shuffler for a number of reasons. For one, like I said, hygiene. It's gross, man. Like I may not want you touching my shit. It's plenty of times when I asked. I'm personally gonna ask, hey, can I see your graveyard? Can you show me your graveyard or can I touch it or can I pick it up? 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say yeah. But if they said no, I completely understand. Lay them out for me, bro. Let me see them. That's fine. I'm completely fine with that. Or can I read your card? They'll normally pick it up and hand it to me. Don't just reach your ass over here and pick up my stuff. I
Yeah,
know people who play with thousands of dollars worth of cards. Everybody knows somebody with them double sleeve decks. If I see somebody with a double sleeve deck, I'm already gonna be pretty careful with your cards, and I'm gonna ask you for sure before I touch anything.
absolutely.
It's nuts, man. Like shit, I got a boy named Kevin, bro. I was telling you, man, Kevin, this motherfucker play with a I don't even TP something, TP one of them TPs, man. I don't know cards and stuff like that, but he played with this morphing jar, man. This like a $2,000 morphing jar, man. And it's the only monster in the damn deck, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part, I think he play
Yeah.
empty jar. But you think he wants you just reach over there picking that up?
Yeah, I'm
Motherfucker
like,
should
if I
know.
mind control this morphing jar, like I want you to put it on my field. And if I flip summon it, I'm gonna tell you to flip summon it. I'm not touching it.
Absolutely. Now don't get it twisted. We tell him not to play with that motherfucker, man. But he still be playing. I don't blame him, man. You got to play with it, bro.
If you go play empty jar, you kind of have to play the TP morphing jar.
That's Mr. Top 16 himself, man. The empty jar god. But man, yeah, like that's one of the big things, bro. And I guess with like the courtesies of cars and stuff like that. I mean, you got to be cognizant of who you playing against because there's a lot of people that come to Edison now, especially with like Konami actually doing something with these vintage formats, like actually sanctioning something with these vintage formats. Like they come from modern, they didn't know anything but the modern rulings, and all they know is that the more recent play, like 2017 and beyond.
Yeah.
And with that, man, it's like, y- okay, I'll give you an example. I was playing against a guy, and it was just at a local, and I activated a trap dust shoot on his first turn. You know what I'm saying? I activated trap dust shoot. I have no other cards.
Yeah.
I immediately just put it in the graveyard. I flip trap dust shoot, throw it in the grave. This man reached over, grabbed the trap dust shoot, slammed it back down in the middle of my zone, where the zone where I had it in. He slammed it back down in the zone that I had it in based on my play mat. And like just proceeded to like show me his hand and just like made this really disgruntled face. I'm like, bro, like, what's going on, man? Like, you all right, bro? He's like,
Yeah.
yes, it
Like
needs
I
to
know
remain
dust
in there.
shoe is like, it's annoying when it happens, but like there's no need for all that. Like
Yeah, man. I think he was just more kind of frustrated. I was thinking, I was like, "You a modern player?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I play both," and I'm like, "Okay, I get it, bro. You don't want me to move nothing in another zone. They should remain in the zones while they're there." Because the rest of the game, he was just like, you know, I don't. The zones don't really mean shit in Edison or anything like that. In my
yeah.
opinion, I don't know of any cards. If they aren't well played or represented at all. But the zones don't mean shit. So if I've had 2 cards set and you want to try to keep track for me, I'm trying to keep track of what cards I've had set before, and I'm sure you want to as well. I might move the 2 that are remaining before I set 2 more to the side. I move them more closer to the graveyard. He wasn't having that, bro. Like he wasn't having it. He was reaching over, grabbing my cards and putting them back in the zone. And I'm like, bro, keep your hands on your side of the field. I'm gonna keep my hands on my side of the field. But I'll respect the zones, man. So I should have been a little more cognizant. But man, like, I don't know. I just think I think that's borderline rude, man, if it ain't
I think that
already,
is too. Like there's no I mean, I think there's like 2 cards in Edison that have to do with columns, but no deck plays those. And if your deck is playing column cards, then like I'm sorry. Like you've already lost if you're
Yeah,
playing
bro, like, I
column
mean,
control.
that's what I'm saying, bro, but even with that, man, like, even if the dude wanted me to keep him in his zone, you reaching over, grabbing my shit and moving it and not telling me, like, not vocalizing what's the problem, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least tell me, just
Yeah.
like, "Hey, keep him in the zone where they should be." Like, "Man, I'm cool. Bet, I'll do that." If I caught on, kept playing, smacked them 2-0, and went on to my next round. Didn't have to worry about him ever again, you know?
Yeah, we love to see that.
Yeah, bro, man. That's one of I guess one of the biggest things with the courtesy. You know, it, I guess courtesy as well can go with like people who aren't involved in games. You know what I'm saying? Who not involved in the game, getting in somebody else's business. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if it's a local, I get it. Local everybody, you got your locals judges. You know what I'm saying? In our area, we got Connor, man. He knows everything in and out. He knows YuGiOh in and out. So he may have to stop in between his game to tell somebody else a rule on the other side of the field, or let somebody know that they're doing something wrong sitting there. Me personally, if I'm in a real big sanctioned event or something like that, I mind my business. You know what I'm
Me
saying? In
too. Yeah,
Vegas,
like I'm
yeah,
sorry. Like I'm keeping it myself. I'm worrying about my match.
absolutely. I'm trying to do as well as possible, but and unless somebody asks me something, I'm not getting in their grits. Because shit, in Vegas, man, this dude, his opponent was like doing one of them dark scorpion cards. You look at the top card of your opponent's deck, like he just reached over and looked at it after he inflicted the damage. But he looked at the second one as well. And the dude's like, "Hey, you ain't supposed to be able to do this." You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get in the mix at all. But they were
Yeah.
like going at it, man. They sit next to me. And I'm like, bro, this for the giant card. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna mind my business. Judge came over, he ruled him, and he told him he was just gave him a warning essentially. I'm like, so you could just look at the top cards of your opponent's decks without being able to, without anything allowing you to do that in the game. You could look at the top two cards of your opponent's deck, and you just gonna get a warning. I said, hell, you might well pick up the top five. You know what I'm saying? You might well
Yeah,
pick up
yeah, might as
if
well
I'm about
go
to
all
just get a
in.
warning.
Yeah, might as well look
You
through the
might
whole
well pick up
deck.
the top five, get a little knowledge. But it's a lot of people do that, man. When you're in a game, they just hop in and want to be rule shark in a game that they're not involved in, especially when they finish their own game. When they finish their own, they just sitting there, man. Let us play our game, bro. If one of us are making a mistake, it's a way to interject. You don't just hop in aggressively or sound. I hate to say it, man, but a lot of people don't have social cues in Yu-Gi-Oh, man, and
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's a way to interject. If you want to interject and tell me, hey, he couldn't make that play, that's not a legal play, X, Y, and Z. It's one way to say that versus being like, saying berating the dude and making him feel horrible and making us both feel horrible because we both didn't realize what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I can't get jiggy with
yeah.
that.
The spectators are always like the best Yu-Gi-Oh players you've ever seen. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
especially like it's really bad on Dueling Book. So like when I was
Oh
doing
my god.
War League last season, and like you would have 10, 15 people watching your match, and like those 10, 15 people watching are just the best players that have ever touched a card. When you
Hmm.
go and you look in the chat and they're like, oh, what's this guy doing, this is so bad, and I'm just like, let people play.
Yeah, he's
Like,
awful. Yeah.
yeah,
No, I don't like that, bro. Same thing with people like, oh my god, bro. People complain so much. That was a lot of that complaining came last weekend at that PS5, man. It was just like people in the crowd, man, just complaining about motherfuckers going into time. Bro, you came to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. You know exactly what's about to happen. We
yeah,
got 40 minutes to get it popping every round, and you can damn sure guarantee every round going into time. Every single one of them.
yeah,
So don't act surprised when somebody go into time. Nobody want to hear all that arguing and complaining or bitching and griping about, oh, we in time again. We just waiting on these two. Don't nobody want to hear that while they're in a tough game. We got 4 turns to get this shit going, or maybe in the phase. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You already knew what to expect. If you was trying to be somewhere on time, you shouldn't have came to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, my bro. Like, you
yeah,
should not have came
exactly.
to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Yeah, just the way the game like naturally progresses itself. And then also too, like most of the time it's very rare for Yu-Gi-Oh tournament to just run smoothly.
Oh yeah. And a lot of that comes down to the shops too, man. We were at a shop, the shop for the PS5, man. I mean, it was a good tournament overall, man. I think it ran pretty smooth. I mean, there's some stuff that should have been worked out, but you can tell they don't do like a lot of big events. And
Yeah.
it was just really weird. Like something that was grinding my gears, man. You call it military or whatever it was, bro, but it was just tearing me the fuck up, bro. It was just like they kept posting around. It was already a tight space, but they were posting the rounds for the first 3 to 4 rounds. I can't remember if it was the 3rd or the 4th they finally stopped it. They're posting the rounds on the door to get in. It's the only way in or out. They're posting the rounds there, and it's like 30 people, bro, and everybody's trying to get to this one door in this very small space to see their round pairings for about 3 or 4 rounds, bro, and they finally moved it to another area that was right next to the door, so it wasn't that much better, but at least, people didn't have to open the door to see it because they couldn't even get people in, bro. They couldn't even get people in the
That's
building, like,
crazy.
to purchase things, you know what I'm saying? You got people coming in for their round, and you got regular customers. So now you can't even make money because they can't get in the building. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
crazy,
and
bro.
Yu-Gi-Oh players like if you just walk up to a store, like if you're just there to like buy like a comic book or some kind of like
Mhm.
anime thing, and you see like all these like sweaty nerds right at the front door, like 30 of them, I'm turning around going the other way. Like I'm just
Yeah, I'm
my ass is
gone,
going to
man.
Amazon at
Yeah,
that
I'm
point.
going to Amazon, I'm going to Walmart, I'm getting up out of here, man. It was insane,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, they
Yeah,
worked
that's
it out,
crazy.
though. I thought, hell, after the first round, I'm like, okay, maybe we should pick up what he put down because what's not working is this being on the door. Worst case scenario, you have everybody in the room. Hey, here's your seating arrangements. This is who's playing who at table one. Just call them out. That would have been so much quicker and so much smoother, man. But at the end of the day, man, they ran a good tournament, I think, overall. Like I said, just gonna work out some kinks. But I'll say that was a really good event, man. As far as like the local PS5, that one, everybody was delightful for the most part, bro. Like I
Yeah.
didn't have a single opponent, and I was playing Chainburn, bro. So I was
I was
expecting
about to
people to
say,
just,
and you played Chainburn, so
bro. I was expecting people to, and I don't ever play that. Like I have like no history of playing that, and I was expecting probably the worst experiences. Hell, my friends asked me right after, "You had any people who was salty or upset?" I was like, "No, bro." I was like, "Man, you be a good person. They'll normally reciprocate the energy. Typically, you know what I'm saying? It's a little up in the air with Yu-Gi-Oh players, but for the most part, I've never. I mean, hell, people get more upset in Magic than Yu-Gi-Oh in my experience. But I
yeah.
mean, It was
Yeah.
definitely it was definitely a good time though, man. That was a great tournament for real. Not just because I won. It was just like it was just
But
fun
it helps
overall.
that you won.
Oh
Congratulations
yeah.
for that, by the way.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. I don't anticipate winning anymore, man, especially now with
Hey.
Chainbur. That has been retired.
Yeah, like, the player that I was a year ago, like, I was a salty little bitch. I'll just be honest with you. I just was. Like,
It's
somebody
one
flip
of
over
those.
trap dust shoot, and I'm just like, huff and puff. And now, or
Mhm.
like lose a chain burn. I'm just like, what am I going to do to trap dust shoot? Like, it just Herald a purple light. Like it is what it is. Same thing with chain burn. Like, it's part of the game. Like, if you like the game, you have to take everything that goes with the game with it. So
Yeah.
now, like, yeah, I mean, I've lost to Yi Ching on chain burn before, and it doesn't feel good, but I mean,
Yeah, that's the guru right there, right?
yes, yeah. Shout outs to
He
Yi Ching. He's a
Yeah,
really
man,
good
he
chain
had a
burn
lot of
player.
success, man. People were asking me like, "Why'd you play Chainburn or whatever like that?" I said, "Bro, I want a PS5, bro. That's it. I want a PlayStation, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a
You came to
PC
win.
Xbox guy. I needed a PlayStation." And I said, "The best chance of me getting this damn." I told Lucky that morning. I said, "Bro, I just played 15 games in a row on Duel Book and lost 3. I'm playing Chainburn, bro. I need to play. I want a PS5. I'm trying to play Helldivers 2, bro. I
Yeah.
want it."
Every PS5 tournament I play in, they're all so cursed. It's like I can like do well like these big events, like these Ultimate Time Wizard, these BBGs, but I sit down like a 20-person PS5 tournament, and I'm just like, oh great, I drew all monsters again. Like, oh great, here's double JD, double Christia, turn one in my hand. They're
Yeah, man,
always
it's
so
always worse.
cursed.
Those smaller events, and the pool be smaller, man. So like you're more likely to play. I think you're more likely to pay good people in a smaller pool, man,
Yeah,
versus
definitely.
say you go into a 200 man, 300 man tournament or something like that. I mean, you can almost guarantee like your first 3 rounds probably gonna be against somebody who know what the hell going on.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Our locals are like they're very far from being like free. Like you said, it's
Mhm.
like everyone that goes to our locals, like they're at least like above average, if not like I mean, we play with some players that are like really close, to the top, but
Mhm.
very seldom do I sit down across from someone and say, like, oh wow, that was so easy. It's like you're out here fighting for your life.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Our locals is pretty. I like our locals, man. It's pretty diverse, man. We got a lot of guys who well known in the Yu-Gi-Oh community that do pretty well. What I'm saying, or at least over here on the East Coast, man, they do pretty well. But like I said, man, I think our locals is great because, like I said, we play on Fridays at the Meeple, man. Like worst case, I have a terrible experience, not a good turnout, but I'm gonna have a beer because they're serving it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's awesome. That's so cool. That's like, the side deck, like having
mhm,
like coffee and stuff, but like next level.
yeah.
Like you guys got a full bar in there.
Yeah, it's really awesome, man. You should check it out
Yeah.
if you're ever in the area on a Friday, man. Pop up at the Meeple, man. We always talking about who's gonna be out there. I'm sure you see it in the chat. Who's gonna be out there on Friday? But it's
Yeah.
always a good one.
I definitely will. I'm actually off work on Good Friday. I don't know if they'll be open for
Mm,
that, but I have no plans. So if they are,
They'll
I may have to make a
they'll more
trip.
than likely be open. They're rarely closed, man. They run so many events, it don't make no sense, man. All the time, and
Yeah.
they prompt about their times because they run so many events.
Yeah. I'll definitely have to make it out there, especially now that I know
Hmm
what's up out there. Did you have more topics that you want to talk about or
I
anything
mean, that
else?
was mainly it, bro. It's just people having good attitudes in general, man. Nobody want to
Yeah.
play against a whining little bitch, man. Don't nobody want to play against somebody like that, bro. Like
Yeah.
we all grown men at this point. A lot of people come play the game to get away from what I'm saying the realities and the responsibilities of real life. Like, I want to do my hobby and I want to enjoy it. Don't nobody want to be around nobody with a sour ass attitude. Don't nobody be around nobody trying to act like they hard as wood pick lips, man. Look, check me out, man. Like you look,
I'm so dead. I've never heard that
yeah, bro. Oh
before.
no, I'm country, man. Motherfuckers be walking around like they tough as nails, bro. Man, you playing Yu-Gi-Oh, bro? Get out of here, bro. You got the
Yeah.
same cardboard I got. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
if you
We're
want to
literally
act tough
all a
somewhere,
bunch
don't
of
act tough here.
a bunch of sweaty nerds, right? Like
That's what I'm saying, bro. At
ain't
the end of the day,
nobody
we
here
all
cool.
dweebs. We all dweebs, bro. We having a good time. That's what we here for. That's why I really like you and your group, man. At y'all Edison Club folks, man. Y'all definitely always a good time, bro.
Yeah, we like you guys a lot too. You guys are super chill. We always enjoy hanging out.
Yeah, for sure, man. Plan on having something eventually, man. Like I said, I was telling some of the guys last Friday. I was like, man, I always have a Christmas party or a birthday party at the house, man. I don't mind. I don't got a big house, man, but I don't mind having 50 people in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like all my friends just come over, man. So You definitely invited to the Christmas party, bro.
Sick. Yeah, I'll definitely be there. Yeah, that'll be a good time, especially if I get some of that crank cooking. So like for context, this man is always sending like the most like the delicacies like of what he cooks in the group chat every day. And I'm just like, man, like this man cooks in Yu-Gi-Oh! This man cooks in real life. Like
Man,
chain
look, I'm
burn,
just
like the oven is on, the stove is on, you know?
yeah, man. I tell motherfuckers all the time, man. I was like, look, man, if I died today, I ate good. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, I
Yeah.
know I ate good. It's very rare you gonna see me eat some crap, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to eat the best meal I can. I come from a cooking family for the most part, I say, and I don't know, man. I just like to eat good, and if it looked good and it's plated good, I want to show everybody.
Yeah.
I put a steak in the chat the other day or earlier today, man. That thing was sizzling. You got to
Yeah.
put it in there. It just looked too good, man.
Yeah, you make that good food. Like my family, like I come from like, my family's all white, so like no one uses seasoning and it's just like it's okay, but it's not like the good stuff. You know what I mean?
Man, people always be like, "White folks can't cook," man. That's it's geographical, man. Like, because I live in the Carolinas. I live in the opportune place or the more likely place that white people can cook because it's the Carolinas, man. Southern cooking is delicious. You know what I'm saying? It's
Dude, southern
delicious.
cooking is so good.
Trying to tell you, man. You from out here?
Yeah, yeah, I was born and raised in Mount Airy, which is like
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's small town, southern small town.
Oh,
So I was raised on, cornbread, collard greens, all that good stuff.
yeah, man. I'm from out here in the South, man. Or Rock Hill, really. Chester
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's a little lower country. Not really low country, but like a little more south than Rock Hill. But I'm out here in the Charlotte area, man. Like I said, the food is great, man. That's what my Fridays consist of. Normally consist of either me making something good or I'm trying a restaurant I ain't tried before.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like to do stuff like that too. I enjoy cooking and trying to eat at new places I've never been at before.
Hmm. And when did you get married, man? How long ago was that? I know it's
It was
recent.
in January 21st.
January. Hey, congrats if I ain't tell you already, man. That's
Yeah,
beautiful,
thank you.
bro.
Thank you, man. I
Beautiful, man.
appreciate that a lot. Yeah,
But yeah, man.
she's a good woman. I definitely hooked a good one.
I know that's right. Hey, keep her close, keep her happy, and keep
Yeah.
reciprocating energy. That's the best advice I can give you. I'm an ex-husband, so yeah,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It ain't for no negative reasons or nothing like that. Sometimes people grew apart, but man, just
Right.
hey,
Yeah.
you being the same person you are, you're a great guy, man, and she'll reciprocate the energy back to you. Great woman.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
For sure, bro.
I
But hey,
I normally try to keep these things around 45 minutes, so we're at 32. So we'll spend the last few minutes here just kind of talking about like just general things about the
mhm.
game. Like, what would you say your favorite deck is? It could be doesn't just have to be Edison format. It could be any deck you've ever played.
Oh man, my friends will tell you too, bro. First of all, I'm an elemental hero fanatic. Like that's amazing to me.
Let's go. Yeah,
I'm an all around dweeb. So like you telling me superheroes and card games, I'm with it, bro. Like that's
yeah,
the best thing ever. And, but easily would be Bubble Beat. I don't remember what year it was, like 2012, late 12. I think around like Shockmaster or after the Shockmaster ban. But Bubble Beat was easily probably my favorite deck, man. Just because I love Elemental Hero Bubble Man and it's just uh, the ability to OTK someone, and it's just the fact that I'm getting to play this guy that's not going to get a lot of play in any other format.
yeah, yeah.
Being
I
able to,
uh, I really liked that deck too. I played it when it was when the deck had totally awesome. So it was like 10 goldfish into Bubble Man into Bahamut Shark, and that deck was a
yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah, that's badass, man. I love Bubble Bee. I mean, a close second though is a deck that's not that it didn't do that well. I mean, it wasn't very real represented, but a lot of people played it, and it was online floating around. You remember Mystic Piper deck, man?
Yes, yes. I
Oh,
did play Mystic Piper for a little
hey,
bit way back
Mystic
when.
Piper was so fun, bro. It's just what I'm saying, just that I mean you set the deck up apparently accordingly, but like I'm a gambler, man. So it's just like gambling on the next card, being able maybe to draw another one or something like that. Mystic Piper
Yeah,
was just really dope to me. I love the concept. I love the idea of that, man, or the concept of the deck. Like I said, it wasn't that powerful, man, but that was one of my favorites for sure. But
yeah.
anything Element of Hero is gonna take the cake for me. I just wish Diva Hero Beat was a lot better, man. Just wish it was.
Diva Hero B is so boring. I've played it a few times. I'm just like,
It's
man,
boring as fuck.
it's good, but it's like so boring. It's like I'll summon Alias. All right, next. You never saw this coming. I'll summon Deep Sea
Yeah.
Diva.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kinda like that as well too, man. I like combo decks and things like that of that nature. I guess you call them combo decks, but, like, in all honesty, like, I like Chase Simpson will tell you, me and him, we love some back row decks, man. I love a deck that's gonna have the answers to everything. Anytime you wanna do something, I'm flipping a card, you know? And once
Yeah,
I flip that card, next turn, I'm setting another one in its place. I love stuff like that. I like stun decks, things of that
yeah.
nature.
I've
Like,
had to
people
kind
call
of
that
like
little
come around to that too. Like my whole time playing Edison, I've just played Lightsworn. So that's like a deck, obviously, where it's like a lot of front row, a lot of pressure, a lot
Mhm,
of attacking.
mhm.
Then in Tengu, I play Gravekeepers. So like transitioning
Oh,
into like trap cards was like that was difficult for me. Like it was just I've never really been a trap player, but Gravekeeper is one of my favorite archetypes, like in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. So I'm
I
just
never
like,
been a big Gravekeeper guy, but I did get smacked in GOAT by Gravekeepers, believe it or not. I was playing, what was I playing? Or in Vegas, I was the GOAT player on our team.
oh
I
yeah,
got beat down round 3, bro. Like, game 1, he summoned his Necro Valley and not really gonna do much to my warrior deck, but, like, man, them motherfuckers was huge. He had some big guys on the board. Just
yeah.
beating me down, man.
Yeah,
It
so,
was
like, in GOAT format, they have Necro Valley, they have Spy, they have
Mhm,
Assailant, right, and, like, Guard? Is that all the
mhm.
only monsters they have?
Guard's the guy, is that the spear dude or what?
Guard is a 19 defense that, like, compulses a
Oh, yeah, yeah,
monster.
no, no, that bounces a card or whatever? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Then
think
they
they
might
have him,
have
I'm
Spear
pretty sure.
Soldier too, I don't know.
No, they got the spear dude for sure, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember
Okay.
that motherfucker was huge, bro. He was beating he was tearing my deck up, bro.
Yeah, 2000 Pierce, that's, like I've almost considered playing one of those in my Tengu Gravekeeper deck.
Yeah. I haven't dabbled in the Tengu. I just put in the Gravekeepers and Tengu, I just put the TGs together the other day, man, and,
Yeah.
I've been having a lot of fun with that, honestly, man. Like, yeah, that's right up my alley, like I said, stun deck or something
Yeah.
like that.
That's like the deck I'm the most afraid to play against with Gravekeepers because of the trap card. The creature swap trap card is
Yeah.
like a
Oh,
lot of
yeah,
times like in GK
EM1, yeah.
yeah. You just win some of your games in GK by like walling with a 2500 spy. But that deck's
Mhm.
like, I'll take your spy. Now I'll wall you out with it, and I'll attack over the guy I gave you and search like a rush rhino. So now you have a
Absolutely, man.
2500 spy and a rush rhino, and I have nothing. Like my Gravekeeper monster, like none of them, even with Necro Valley, get over spy. So like that
Yeah.
matchup is oh gosh, I hate playing against that matchup. I don't even know how I managed to beat TGs in that Tengu tournament. I just got really lucky, honestly.
Hey, man, you the man, that's why, man. Good player. Good
Definitely
player, well
come a
built
long
deck.
way.
Oh, yeah, that's how I am, man. I'm always trying to grow and learn, man. Like I said, I like to play heroes, man. So, like, it's unfortunately in Edison, if you wanna play heroes and be decent, I mean, it's either gonna be Diva Hero, which I think misses the mark, or you gotta play Hero Frog, which is fucking tier 1, man. That shit's really good. I just really
Yeah.
hate frogs. I really hate frogs. I don't
Yeah.
I don't like I don't like playing frogs, man, but I mean the deck's great, It's a lot of good lists out there. It's a lot of good text you can add in there too, man. There's a lot of stuff that people ain't doing, man. And
Yeah.
I think all pro players should play one creature swap, just one copy, man. Just have one in there, man.
Yeah.
Shout it
Summon that
out if you want.
Treeborn back in attack position.
Yeah, man. That that could be what you need to do right there.
They're like, why is that Treeborn frog in attack mode? And then you're just like creature swap. I'll take your colossal
You
fighter.
fool.
It's always so funny whenever I see like someone actually like attack with Treeborn Frog. I remember specifically watching a game where for some reason there was a blizzard on the field in defense and it got killed by a Treeborn Frog. And I just always thought that was hilarious. It's
It's
like,
like
man,
this dude we know, I think it was Courtney who did. I know his name, but I think it was Courtney, man. I summoned DD Crow and attack, man. That's wild, bro. That's a crazy
wasn't
player.
that his YCS win?
I think so, man. I'm pretty sure DD
I've
Crow.
literally heard like I feel like this is like ancient Egyptian text or something. Like I've heard about this in the history books, like the
Yeah,
DD
man.
Crow for game, and he played Warrior Returning Alive just to add back BLS. No other targets. It was just BLS.
Hey, Courtney, that's a motherfucker right there, bro. You talk about good times, hilarious guy, man. Easily from back in the day, one of my favorite people.
Yeah, I never met him, um, but I've been friends with Ty Payne like since I was a
Yeah,
kid, and like I
yeah.
knew that they were always kind of talking about Black Wings and stuff like that. So that was definitely a household name for me growing up.
Mhm. Yeah, man. Good times though, bro. I wish I could go back, honestly. Mainly
It's
just to go back and not sell or get rid of any cars.
same, same. Yeah. It's honestly crazy. Like, when did you start playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Probably like
Man,
playground Yu-Gi-Oh, like the rest of us.
yeah, playground Yu-Gi-Oh, trying to figure out what's going on. But I didn't go to my first tournament until like I mean, I was in middle school for sure, but like it
Yeah.
was I can't even remember the name of the place, bro. It was in Rock Hill. It was like it wasn't the underground 'cause I know they had a spot called like underground, but it was another one, man. And I went there with this really shitty like Beast Warrior deck I thought I was putting together. Got smacked every week around the time when Cyber Dragon was just getting hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was good times though, man. But I've been playing for a long time. I took a big break in 2012 when I went to the army, and I
Yeah.
would just pop back up every now and then.
I was about to say, like, it's crazy, like, for how broad, like, you and your group are, that, like, I never knew any of you guys until, like, recently. Because like,
Yeah,
there were definitely connections, like, Ty knew a lot of you guys, and,
yeah.
like, I had heard about a lot of you guys. That's always just crazy to me. It was just like we were just
hmm
couple,
It,
just couple, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like, one event
well,
away from, like, meeting each other, like,
yeah, exactly. Or
years
or
earlier.
think about how many times like I think about this all the time. It's like people that I meet that are cool people, and I'm like, I wish I would have met you earlier. And it's like, well, hell, I had so many opportunities. We were in the same building for numerous hours all the time, and I didn't know
Yeah.
you existed. Like
Yeah, yeah, like, sometimes on my Facebook memories, I'll have posted, like, where I got, like, my regional invite or something, and I'll go through and look at the names, and I'm like, "I know a lot of these people now," and it's so
yeah,
crazy. Like, back then, they were just names on a piece of paper. It's
it was
crazy.
man, it was crazy, man. If I could go back and make these friendships now that I have now, man, I'd probably have a lot more lifelong friends. I got a few now, but I mean,
Yeah.
probably have even more. But I'm glad I'm meeting everybody now. Like I said,
Yeah,
this
better
one of the
late than
best things
never.
Edison, or this one of the best things Konami ever did was these Time Wizard formats or these vintage formats, man. Bringing that stuff back is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I look at it as a way like when these formats were actually happening, I was a little kid. I was really bad. I had no money, so kind of just
Yeah,
getting to go back and revisit that and get like a second chance at like the classic formats is a lot of fun.
yeah, for sure, man. I love it, man. I like that. I like the fact that we got technology now. We got I mean, the carpool is there. We know the actual carpool, and it's just people
Yeah.
have pretty much got this down to a science, what the best deck is or the best build for it. But people still trying out techs, stuff that they didn't even know existed back then. You
Yeah.
always see something pop up. It's just like, what the hell is this card and
Yeah. 14
how's it
years
getting
later
popped?
and it's like still
Yeah.
advancing. That's so cool.
I can't remember the what is it? The exact format, but I don't know if it was like Teledad or what. But I know Derek always talks about it. He's just like, man, how the fuck were we not thinking about playing three cold way? Like what I'm saying, like it's just
Yeah. Yeah.
we had the opportunity to play three and nobody was doing it.
Nobody was playing it.
And look
Yeah.
at it now.
Yeah, like, if Coldwave was at 3 in Edison, I can't imagine. Like, that would be so unhinged. I'd be so happy, honestly. Like, Coldwave, JD,
I'm sure you would be. Yeah.
watch me do it again next turn. Yeah, man. That's good times, honestly. Good memories. I'm glad I know you and your group now.
For sure, man. We glad to know you, man, and everybody else. I'm glad everybody's I can't name one person that I don't like that I've met since I've been back, like that I've
Yeah.
actually met. And anybody that I didn't like, I'm trying not to meet them. Like that's
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, exactly. Okay,
But no,
man. Well, I guess we're gonna get out of here. I really enjoyed this. I'd definitely love to have you back on a future episode again.
for sure, man. Hey, like I said, I can't bring maybe I don't know if I could bring a lot of insight on playing any specific decks. I'm not a I don't have any accolades or anything like that. But hey, I'm your local dude. I just like to play the game, man, and I'm gonna hold people accountable, man. If you're an asshole, like that's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're an asshole or you smell like an asshole.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
All
Appreciate
right,
you having me
man.
though, bro.
Of course, man. Thanks for sitting down with us, and we'll see you on the next one.